for the people who stayed when it was hard. Thank God for the healing, every single scar. Thank God for the laughter. Thank God for the tears. Thank God for this beautiful life and every one of these years. Oh, thank God for this. Thank God for that. Thank God for every moment, and I mean that. Thank God for you. Thank God for now. Thank God for everything He's brought about.
Worry. This is the reality of men and women out there in the world, especially those who are so conscious about tomorrow, those who are striving and working so hard just to ensure, they are able to make something out of their life, achieve destiny, achieve purpose, and attain fulfillment. This load that a man, that we human carry, sometimes it's not really worth it, Sometimes it's not really worth it. Reason is because it's deeper than we thought. If you have ever been in a position where you ask yourself, if I don't do it, who will? That question comes to my mind every day. If I don't do it, who will do it? Who is going to do it? If I don't. If you don't, who is going to do it? That question carries a whole lot of weight. You think about your mom, your precious mom, your precious dad, and your loving sister and brother, whom you don't even want to see, suffer an inch. But reality, have you also thought about the fact that if you are no more, will they follow you to the grave? Sometimes the kind of load and responsibility we carry will actually deprive us from getting to that success peak. The kind of load and responsibility we're carrying now, if we're not being careful with it, we'll fall down from the ladder and not be able to even climb back to the position where this young man is currently, not to even talk about climbing to its peak. Men's life are shitty. Women who take such responsibilities, life is also shitty, because sometimes you get to question your essence. How long will you keep doing this? Now, the question I want to ask, what will it take you for you to let go of some of this responsibility, just so the weight could be easy for you to press further, knowing fully well that if you are able to get to that top, you will be able to pull others up. But from the beginning that you are trying to climb and you decide to carry this whole responsibility, they will pull you down to where they are, and you won't be able to climb back in the first place. Now, should you decide to let go of all these things just so you could climb to that very top before deciding to throw roadblocks to pull people up? The truth is that you are going to hurt a whole lot of people. But does it really matter? Does it really matter? Will these people do the same for you if reverse was the case? That is another question. The ones with immediate family, the ones with extended family, a whole lot of responsibility that even sometimes you don't think about yourself. And sometimes you don't think about yourself. Have you think that what will become your fate if you're no more? Aside of what will become their fate, what will become the fate of your children when you are no more? This is a very deep topic, and I don't want to really go too deep, because the life you see, you can't please everybody. And for some of the family members you decide to carry through, you decide to stand for at the most inconvenient part of your life, not careful enough, a time will come when they ask you, what have you done for me? This doesn't only come from women in relationship. Sometimes it comes from family, it comes from siblings. Just because you decide not to do this, you suddenly turn a bad person. Sometimes you just need to take a machete and cut all the ropes off. Anything that wants to happen should happen, because you matter. Your life, it does matter. Your future matters a lot. When you climb to that stage, you will be able to pull a lot of people up. But during the process where you're climbing and you decide to carry this whole responsibility, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brothers, a whole lot, the pressure thinking of what your tomorrow will be. Always having a constant, reminder that you, dude, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. How do you get there? I'm here to tell you that you need to hurt a lot of people. By hurting them, you take a machete and cut down those chains. You cut down those ropes. Those responsibilities, they do not matter right now. How about you become a little bit selfish? You climb, let your life revolve around yourself. At this very point, it is me versus me. You climb to the very top. You're able to make it there. You come back. You repair what they felt you did. You explain at that point. And the truth is that they will definitely listen. Because only then will you be able to help without training yourself. Only then will you be able to help without jeopardizing your own life. Because right now, there's a high possibility you might not even get there in the first place because what you're carrying is bigger than you. Bigger. It's bigger than you. It's just like using a Camry or using a Corolla to tow a Dangote truck. I'm sure you can imagine what will happen to that Corolla that you want to use and tow a Dangote truck. But imagine using a Dangote truck to tow a Corolla. Just picture it from that angle. You will see that you are doing too much, and because you are doing too much, you will not even get to that success peak in the first place. And if you're not careful, you go fight before themselves. That is the reality of life. So sometimes you be the wicked person they want you to be. Be that at the fear of they will call me a bad person. Be that person. Just so you can protect yourself. Make a better use of yourself so that tomorrow, when you get to the peak, you'll be the Dangote that will now come and throw all these bikes, throw all this Corolla that you are so worried about right now. If you don't, life is very miserable. And you can't tell what your life will be in the next minutes. In the next seconds, you cannot even tell. But I pray that God heals everyone who is carrying so much responsibility right now, that they are finding it so difficult to let go due to one or two. I pray God strengthens you and grants you all your heart's desire, because you people are really doing so much that people do not, that even talk about the less. They underrate it. They do.